What's up, everybody? Welcome to more Heroes of the Storm on KhaldorTV. Today we're going to look at another match of the WCA. I just came back from Sweden from Fragmite Masters, the final day, but of course we have a few other series running on the channel at this time too. So we're going to look at Fnatic versus Kiev5. And Kiev5 just was able to enter the league because Na'Vi withdrew from the competition. Na'Vi just came back from BlizzCon, and well, we already knew what happened to most of the teams that did not make it to BlizzCon after Prague. And also, of course, now to a few of the teams that attended BlizzCon, like Tempo Storm, who disbanded immediately afterwards. We might see a couple of changes in the setup for Na'Vi, especially, of course, since a few of the Na'Vi players have already started to subbing with other teams. At this point, though, they're not participating in the Heroes Battle Arena, and that's why we're having Kiev5 now moving in. The team has been doing really well in recent competitions. They are, of course, just trying to really play at the top level here, but they are putting a lot of effort in, and they're doing really well. But they have to go up against Fnatic right now, and Fnatic is, of course, extremely strong. We've saw them just getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and this team is really aiming for the top at this point. So we're going to find out if Kiev5 can hold a candle to that, or if Fnatic is going to take this best-of-3 competition here at the Heroes Battle Arena. Game on in our first game between Fnatic and Kiev5. Overlay is, of course, going to be changed in just a second. But yeah, we have a pretty solid game now on our hands, and I'm personally very excited to see who's going to take it here, because I feel like this is going to be a very scary match for both teams. More so for Kiev5 probably than for Fnatic, but Fnatic, they have lost already one game in this entire series here in the Heroes Battle Arena, and that means it's going to be a bit tricky for them. Our overlay is fixed, our players, of course, well, you know, most of them are going to introduce them by hero. Breeze on ETC, we have Shat on Tyrael. As you can see for Kiev5, it's Fixie currently on Tassadar. We see Sir Ice Cream on Muradin, Lunan on the support as expected. He's playing the Karazim, and of course it is Hydra on the Vikings. Falstad is played, who will have thought, by Quacknix, who is currently down to the bot lane. He can fly in whenever he wants to. And nobody up at the top. We see an entire rotation on the side of Kiev5 now here. Under the level 1 talents, we are already talking about an ETC that did not go into prog rock, but instead shows rolling like a stone. So it's more the utility during the fight that they are trying to rely upon right now than anything else, not going for the extra sustain that you can give the team. We have the Vikings starting to split off. We see them actually in this part at the bot lane and also the mid lane. Really important to note here is that the Vikings with the mercenary lore talent that oftentimes is being taken is something that is very, like, they can't take camps on their own, and then you try to push the lanes while the objective is up on the other side of the map. And that is actually going to be something that they will try to make sure that they can use as much as possible. Hydra has done so in a lot of games already, and if he gets that, then they will have a lot of pushing power that they can utilize here. So for now, we have up at the top lane one of the temples ready. The teams are starting to move in, but it's more so the bot lane in which we are currently seeing them getting in position here. Level 3 versus level 2. And, well, looks like the top lane is going to be claimed by Kiev5, at least for now. And down to the bot lane, we're having Hydra versus Quacknix. And Eric! Oh, he survives! Eric survives here and can still soak some experience. Well played by Hydra. It's incredibly difficult to really keep tabs on all of the Vikings, especially during one of these temple phases. I mean, he's taking one of the tops now as well, one of the temples. Already the fight here in the mid lane. Mercenary Lord has been taken. The level 4 talent for Tassadar is going straight for the vision here. He's using the metal AQT, so Ice Cream is trying to get away. Quacknix flies in, trying to burst down Air, but Air is getting not away. No, he's taken out, so Kel'Thas is down. No counter kill just yet. The Vikings still with the soak, but it is Fnatic with a lead in experience here. Well played so far. We have them on level 4 for Tyrael with Vampiric Strike. Not going into Regeneration Master plus Amplified Healing. Instead, it is Purge Evil and Vampiric Strike to have a bit of sustain and also the extra damage against, well, heroes in general, but the Vikings, of course, in particular. The top lane still being soaked by Hydra. We are having on their side, next to the two talents that I already mentioned, a Reverberation build for Muradin. We occasionally see the focus back into Stormbolt depending on the lineup of the opponent. But if you have heroes like a Falstad against you, of course want to make sure that you just like slow his attacks down a bit more with that reverberation talent on level 1, which is incredibly useful for this. We also see again the radius increase on Snowstorm, and just look at this attack at the bot lane. If you can take down that well at the beginning of the game before the temple at the bot lane spawns, then you are in a great spot. Once more, we have everybody starting to move over here with a rotation. The Vikings are still on the lanes, but it is the disadvantage on the side of Kiev5 that really concerns me a bit. This is what I've been talking about during the draft. You're going up against an opponent that has Brightwing and Falstad against you. And, well, if that happens, it's going to be super difficult to really get that lead with the Vikings that you're trying to aim for. So, if you don't get that lead, you have a tough time later on in the fights too, since the Vikings are very much focused on giving you the Experience League, having the heartbeat on lanes, while the rest of the teams is just rotating around with 4 heroes and tries to put pressure on the lanes. And that's what we're seeing here right now. That attempted pressure that is met immediately by Smexy Style, Shat and Breeze. We have level 7 talents for both the teams. Hydra moves in so that the 2 Siege Giants will be, they're actually amplified by the Mercenary Lord talent that he took. That helps them to drop the second tower. They could theoretically attempt to take down the well too. I've been talking about the importance of eliminating the well. If you can make that happen, then you have an amazing fight for the bot temple, since only one team would be able to really just go back to the well, get mana and hit points back. So that's what they're currently trying to attempt. Level 9 nearly for Fnatic, and Fnatic is moving in now. We have them with Peekaboo and Face Shield. Balog has died up at the top lane. Hydra needs to be careful. Quadnix is trying to eliminate Olaf as well, and Olaf survives. The temple fight is still happening though, and we have now Kala's Embrace for Tacita, so he is going to add some additional heal to what Karazim is already providing his team. If he can just preload these shields, that would be incredibly helpful for the rest of the team. Breeze is still contesting the temple though. We have 0 kills against 1 1/4, but Kiev5 have to move away for now. And Falsa is just everywhere. He's flying from lane to lane. He's getting as much experience as he can. And he really keeps that advantage that Kiev5 has with the Vikings super low. They actually fall behind even more. Eric is down and so is Olaf. So 2 of the Vikings died in this case. Hydra is pressured on all lanes now. And here's the level 10 for Fnatic, and that could result in a few heroes at the bot lane now dying. Breeze could go in with the mosh pit that he has again. We have the Ring of Frost, there it is, and the attempted kill against, well, it's not an attempted kill, they actually got him. Khaldor is down, job well done. So Ice Cream attempting to jump away, but they are already claiming the spot and just waiting for him to move in, and there he goes. Muradin jumps in and immediately the attack against him, but he gets away. Lunan is dashing in, and with the heals he is providing Muradin enough to get away. Smexy Style was also focused during all of this and had to back out. It was just a bit too low. As the heroic abilities, we had Sanctification, which was already used. Quadnix is still fighting against Hydra here at the top, but now Balog is also moving in, and that forces, for now at least, the carry pigeon back. Falstad on the way back, and actually Brightwing is taking over even before that happens. Nice, I like it. A really cool twist here, utilizing Brightwing and Falstad. Unfortunately for Brightwing, she is met by a few heroes, but Smexy Style blink heals in, gets away, dodges the gravity lap. Wow, really well played here. Smexy Style with great reflexes, and he is able to escape that situation. Extremely well played. Now we have Mighty Gust, we're seeing the Ring of Frost, we have as the counterparts on the heroic abilities. The Longboat, the Force Wall, there's a Divine Palm, Phoenix, Avatar. All the heroic abilities that you would expect. No real surprises in this game. I mean, you could have thought about, well, maybe 7-sided strike. Wouldn't actually be such a bad talent to take, considering that they have a Tacita as well. But if you really expect burst damage, that is something that is eventually going to happen with a with a Jaina on the opponent's team, then having that panic button of the Divine Palm really helps you quite a bit. Breeze at the top lane, they go for Sphinxy. But Sixi should be able to get away, and even uses the Force Wall. You have such a low cooldown, of course, on your heroic ability that you can always put that in. Kiev5 will have to rely heavily on the chain bombs. Once that AR is in possession of the level 13 talent, they will most likely try and take a few of these fights and move in. But so far, they haven't secured a single kill for themselves. It's 3 kills against 0. Shat is in the mid lane right now and is defending against the camp. Hydra, of course, trying to buff it a bit thanks to the Mercenary Lord. And the mid lane temple is now taken by Breeze on ETC, Quadnix on Falstad, and Smexy Style on Brightwing. And they move in. Another fort at the bot lane has fallen. Again, the Vikings with the pressure. Just saying that again. This is really nice, having that Mercenary Lord talent if you can push additional lanes. At the top lane, Eric is soaking experience, but the level 13 talent hits faster for Team Fnatic. And now they have the Pixie Dust talent. The Shield Dust has been claimed, imposing will, an Ice Block on the side of Jaina, and we are seeing groupies take it, even though there's no proc rock on level 1. So the synergy of the talents isn't there yet, but they still find themselves in a decent position. Tyrael is at the bot lane. That allows Kiev5 to fight for the Temple. ETC with the ult, but it gets cancelled. Good gravity lapse by AR. And they are so close to the level 13 talent. Experience was soaked throughout the entire time. The Vikings are moving up to the top again. We have actually Olaf now also in the mid lane. Olaf and Balog, 2 of the Vikings are here. And this is the 13 talent that finally is going to give Kel'Thas his talent. But he's bursted down. He can't even use it properly. Divine Shield used. He's trying to get the chain bombs in. That was just the perfect timing for Team Liquid to get a kill on Kel'Thas. They move in and get him. No more chain bombs, but Fnatic is still low. But can they take them down? There's the kill against Muritin. The longbow just does not do enough damage to eliminate Shed. Quacknix pushes everybody back again, and Lunan is most likely going to fall on Karazim. He dies. What about Falstead? He might be able to escape here. Mene, oh my god, just barely misses him. Should maybe have used the Ice Lance here, but I suppose that he was on cooldown. It's a kill against Balog now in the mid lane too. So we have 6.25 kills against 0. Fnatic once again with just great play in this first game in the best of 3 series here at the Heroes Battle Arena. They're playing an amazing game. Well done here. The Vikings, for quite some time, it's actually looked like they might be able to provide enough experience to really bring Kiev5 back into the match here, especially when they then started to rotate into the mid lane for the longbow. It looked for a moment like that could be the fight that Kiev5 needed, especially when the level 13 talent hit, and it was finally time for Tacita to get his extra damage. But the big problem here, of course, sorry, for Kel'Thas, of course, to get the extra damage. The big problem, of course, was simply that he was attacked immediately when that happened. He couldn't even supply those chain bombs. He got, I think, 1 single spell cast in, and that was about it. So, yeah. They are still looking for a good fight. The problem is that now Kiev5 finds themselves 2 levels down, and that is just absolutely brutal right now. We have level 16 talents for Fnatic. That's Speed Metal. We have Greater Polymorph, Hammer Time, there's Northern Exposure, and also Holy Ground that they have right now. Quacknix is taking care of the bot lane. He's going in for extra experience, pushing together with that camp that they already took. And that is a really solid position that Fnatic finds himself in now. In the mid lane, Breeze and Mene are currently in position to take even more lanes. It's just like map presence in general. Like, force these lanes back. Make sure that you have the map control, that it's difficult for your opponent to go onto these structures. And there's another potential kill against Sphyxy, against Polymorph. Divine Palm might save him. Oh, that 3-man mosh pit, and look at that Blizzard and Ring of Frost. It is an easy triple kill. Great play here on the side of them. Very well done. Great job on the side of Fnatic, and they go in again. They burst Eric down. This is just absolutely stunning play. Fnatic these days is on a roll. These guys are so strong at this point, and they showcase again how scary they are with that aggression that is theirs. 0 kills for their opponents yet. I really want to just like say that the aggression is what puts the Fnatic a bit apart from the rest now. But if you think about how defensive they play in a lot of these situations as well, it's just like a bit crazy. So we have right now 0 kills against 9.75. We're seeing Smexy Style and Breeze in the middle of the map, going straight for the boss with the rest of Team Fnatic, and yes, they take it here. Kiev5 therefore has to defend the bot lane, since we are going to see, well, we're actually going to see the bot go straight for core. There's also another temple that can be claimed that will attack the mid lane now. There's still a gate and also like towers that they have to go through, but still they should be able to do a lot of damage here. So we have for now the heroes just moving around again. They know that nobody can really contest the bot lane, since that's a level 16 talent still missing for Kiev5. Therefore, 4 heroes move up to the top. The boss has to be dealt with somehow. And that opens up 3 points on the map where Team Kiev5 is attacked by Fnatic. The top part where those towers fall, bottom part where the temple is being put in place, and of course the boss itself that will potentially go through the shield. Again, structures destroyed. Breeze has to move away here. Power slides back to safety. Hydra is trying to keep him here a bit longer, but yeah. They just jump away, but looks like Mene is moving in again. Nice, Mighty Gust brings them back. The 16 talents for Kiev5. They are now ready. And they start to move in. Here comes Breeze. Quacknix, the longboat is in play, does the damage. Where's the stun? So Ice Cream is hitting it hard. And that might be the kill against Breeze, maybe even against Smexy Style. 1 kill already. Smexy Style about to die, and he does. Lunan jumps in with a dash, takes him down. The core has suffered a lot of damage already though. Shat even moving in, trying to get more damage on it, and now another catapult is starting to move in. Shat is still there. Sphyxy had to move back, but the fort up at the top has fallen, and now they're trying to just get farther, closer to the experience amount that we have for Fnatic. 2 kills already, bot lane. There's where Shat is starting to rotate into the middle to stop this, but as you can already tell, this fort is going to fall too. And Kiev5 with a move in. Quacknix, uh-oh, in trouble maybe. Lunan jumped on the opportunity to dish out some damage, dashed in, but now he has to retreat again. Shat actually with a holy ground now, trying to make sure that AR can't retreat here, but he's pretty isolated and he has no way of escape. Now all of a sudden, Fnatic making a few mistakes, and Kiev5 is capitalizing on those right away. 3 kills for them against nearly 10, now that we have 14 minutes on the board. Bot lane is pushing hard once more against Kiev5, though Fnatic has a very strong lane there. They also took another siege giant camp. Oh, Breeze actually trapped, but they don't even want to go for the kill. Even with Tyrael dead, they say like, yep, don't fight just now, wait a bit, try to take these waves and try to take the camps. Hydra took the camp here solo, was able to do that with Olaf. He's also starting to defend with Balog against the 2 catapults that we're seeing at the bot lane. He will need some help eventually. To the top, we have So Ice Cream getting in position for the temple. The problem that they have is that the Storm talents are now ready for Fnatic with the double Bolt of the Storm. We're seeing 1 Storm Shield and the Epic Mount. Nice push at the bot lane. I really like this Viking play in general, but Hydra has to decide if he really wants to team fight with the rest of the team. That would force him to move into the mid lane at least, but they're just going for it. 1 keep down in the mid lane thanks to the temple. Already Breeze went to the top, was trying to fight for this one now too. But Kiev5 is attempting to soak as many shots as they possibly can. Keep in mind that, of course, those lanes are still... Well, this one is actually the pressure, the temple in the middle. So they have 2 for now. They're starting to put some serious work in this. The problem that they have is that they're half a level away from level 20. They need the extra talent, and they are about to lose the last keep here. The keep is already being attacked directly by the temples. Up at the top lane, we're seeing a bit of damage already dished out against Fnatic. But this could be... Oh, falls dead! What a kill! Again, they snipe him once more. And that's level 20. The Storm talents for Kiev5. Can they actually turn this around? They're doing a really good job here. They are trying to turn the game around, and of course they are still far behind with 2 of the keeps eliminated, the core suffering some damage, but this is now a double Storm Shield, and Breeze might fall here. He goes for the mosh pit, he catches everybody, they kill 2 heroes, Tassadar and Kel'Thas are dead, and Breeze escapes. You got to be kidding me. What a play by Breeze. He was about to die, and then he is able to get that mosh pit off. And Mene is there immediately with the Ring of Frost and all that burst damage that he can muster. And they get 2 kills out of it. That was incredible. The keep still falls, but we have not a single keep available anymore. To Kiev5, they lost the last one. They have no structures left on the map. 1 more temple is all that Fnatic needs to really take this game. Yeah, well, there's the Divine Palm. Lunan is doing what he can to get away from this one, but it does not look good. Dashes in, moves away, tries to hit the vision here. Good effort by him, but that was just... It was a 1 versus 4, and he has absolutely no way of making this happen. So, Kiev5, they are fighting. They're fighting as much as they can, but this is not looking pretty. Not at all. I mean, for now, we're seeing... oh god, there's another boss on the map by now, of course, as well, and that's an opportunity the Fnatic does not pass on. They are just moving in, they take the boss, and that alone is probably going to conclude the game. 17 minutes in, Fnatic can just simply accompany a boss and move into the bot lane, snipe that. I actually think that another temple is going to spawn very soon out too. And they move in with a kill against Kel'Thas. Oh my god, like, this is the worst case scenario here. This is the victory right there. If Fnatic doesn't like YOLO into, I don't know, the core and doesn't even attack, then this game is over. They're moving in, they're trying to end it here. The boss is on the way, catapults everywhere, their lanes are pushing. Sphyxy is moving away, but the kill against Mirrodin already happened. And this is going to be another victory for Fnatic. Great play here by them. Really well played. An incredible performance that we are seeing by them so far. And they take now also their first game in the best of 3 series against Kiev5. Game on! Fnatic with a 1-0 lead against Kiev5, and we are on map number 2, Infernal Shrines, in the best of 3 series here at the Heroes Battle Arena. To the left side of the map, ETC, played by Breeze. We have Mane again on Jaina, one of his most favorite heroes. Quacknix on Tacita, Smexy Star on Tyrande, and Chat playing the Vikings for his team. To the right side of the map, AR for Kiev5 on Kel'Thas, Hydra on Leoric, Sphyxie on Tyrael. We have Lunan on Uther, and Sir Ice Cream is playing Stitches. A triple warrior lineup for Kiev5, and a very peculiar one at that. We have a lot of talents that are based on regeneration globes, by the way. Not only Stitches with his Hungry for More, but also Conjurer's Pursuit, Reanimation, and Regeneration Master are taken. And this is going to be a fun one. The Vikings already in position on the lanes, and Fnatic is playing this exactly as you would expect. They're going with the Vikings on all the lanes, trying to soak, and they're already setting up a bit of a trap here at the top. Sphyxie! And they try to burst him down. Oh, what a clever move. Fnatic loves to do that. They hide into one of these bushes, they wait for the rotation of one of the heroes, and then they intercept it. For now, the Vikings are their main tool to soak experience on the lanes, and the rest of the team is going to try and roam and burst down targets, and they have a very, very strong setup for this. As long as they keep the Vikings alive, they can do just so much in these fights. It's much better for them to play the Vikings now than it was for Kiev5 in the last game. The reason is actually pretty easily explained. There's no false stat, and we also don't see Brightling, so this global presence that Fnatic was using in the last game to counteract the experience soak of the Vikings is not available to Kiev5. They can only roam away. And the whole idea of playing Vikings on a map like Infernal Shrines is to use the time at the shrine fights to soak experience and get a huge lead in experience. And because Blizzard changed the map a bit, and which resulted in the shrine fights taking even longer, we are now in a situation where the Vikings can really, really get you far ahead in such a game. Already shattered the bot lane. Wow, that's commitment. Poor Eric bursted down here. He didn't stand a chance, but up at the top lane, we have the first shrine actually about to be alive. Mid lane. Oh, Shat is losing the second one. That's exactly what they need to do. Take those down. It looks like they actually let the first Punisher go. We have them moving in with an attempt to burst a few of these structures down. ETC dashes in. Sphyxie is soaking experience at the top. They currently are actually ahead slightly, just ever so slightly, in experience, and hit the level 4 talent a bit faster. Wow! Nice attempt. Look at Quacknix dodging the gravity labs and the hook. Well played here. Breeze goes in and they take Kel'Thas down. Great move here. Fnatic again with a perfect execution of this play, and they have the Vikings back on lanes for the soak. Shat with Balog in the mid lane. Down to the bottom, we see Eric. He's gonna go for his Mercenary Lord, and up at the top, damage against Sphyxie and Lunan. Both of them surviving, at least for now. But it's still a nice fight here. A slight lead in minions on the side of Kiev5, but look at the experience bar. Look how fast Fnatic is starting to take that lead here. And Breeze and his boys are still fighting up at the top, and they're doing a great job at it. Oh, but maybe ETC's time's over. He gets healed, gets hooked, and he dies. I think he would actually have survived without that hook that we saw from Sir Ice Cream, since that shield really helped him out there. Mental acuity for Tacita, vision so important on the map. Game is paused. It's actually like great timing for a pause. I really like it because now we can talk about a few things that are super important here. Look at these talents. We're talking about double amplified healing on Tyrael and on Stitches. And keep in mind that they're playing a triple warrior setup. This is such a sustainable lineup that they have right now. They are trying to just create space for Kel'Thas in these fights. And Kel'Thas is actually one of the heroes that got taken out because we have perfect coordination for Fnatic and they're jumping into the backline, eliminating Kel'Thas and therefore a lot of the damage. But we have already an entire level lead for Fnatic thanks to Shat, who has the Vikings in the mid lane. Just look how he's currently starting to push these towers here. The same is happening at the bot lane. He could even think, oh my god, is he actually doing it? Yes, he is! He is taking another camp at the same time. He has started to attack the Bruiser camp, and with Olaf, he can take it. If the fight at the top is lasting a bit longer, then he can take that camp and can start to push in even more. And of course, what Fnatic would like to do is also take the Punisher here. But even if they lose the first one, it's not going to be the end of the day for them. It's going to be straight all right. We have the game continuing, and we are seeing, of course, also Pierce taken, which is actually a very interesting talent. Pierce is something that I didn't really expect as a level 4 talent on Tyrande. If you go into level 1 and level 16 talent, then yeah, Pierce can be great. But right now, it's a bit of an odd move to use Pierce on a map where you don't really channel anything. This is not Blackheart's Bay or Cursed Hollow, when you're trying to channel tributes and the turn-ins. So Pierce is most likely just going to be a means to, yeah, get a bit more of damage in, but it's still a bit of a curious one. I thought they would go into more defensive talents, but considering that they have a Tacita plus a Tyrande, they seem to be alright with this. Shat, unfortunately for him, well, he actually took the camp, and it nearly took down a tower, but he is losing. Yeah, he's gonna lose Olaf here. Olaf is down. Hashtag worth it. We still have Shat down to the bot lane with more Vikings. Rotations are happening. Balog is about to die. Shat is losing a few of the Vikings here, but then again, we're seeing huge commitments by Kiev5 to take these guys down. For now, we are having, well, Kala's Embrace taken, as expected. Frostbitten, let's just keep rocking. Spin to win, and Lunar Blaze. And of course, with that early talent on level 7, we have them in a very solid spot. By the way, that Punisher didn't really do anything, so that's another thing that we should probably point out there. Shat at the bot lane loses another one of the Vikings. That starts really to add up, but still, it's nearly an entire level lead that we see for Fnatic thanks to the soaking. And we have, of course, the Vikings moving back to the lanes the entire time. He's doing a very good job with this. Shat is playing this well, he's doing whatever he can, and he's losing his heroes mostly because the opponent is willing to commit 2 or 3 heroes to chase down a single Viking. So that creates a lot of space on the map, and the rest of the team is grateful for it. We see, though, still on level 7 now, Cleanse taken, we have Battle Momentum, there's also Fission Bomb. Whole idea is here to reach level 13, where Kalthas has one of his major power spikes. Tenderizer to make it a little bit more difficult for heroes to jump away. And we have another fight, nice gravity lapse here, Lunan. He shifts away, no problem for him. But down to the bot lane, again the Vikings, the hook only hitting one of the Khazra camp. Shat is soaking experience on 2 lanes already for his team, and everybody else will focus on the shrine that was just announced on the map. There's no level 10 available yet to Fnatic, and we are seeing also a nice rotation to the top by Tyrael to just like take down Olaf. He's not going to get the kill, but he will still take the presence on lane and some experience. The thing is, though, that he's also now missing on the shrine, and we have Fnatic starting to take these minions, and apparently Kiev5 is fine with it, which is a bit surprising. No, they start to rotate over now. And Tyrael is leaving the top lane as well. That would have been a bit surprising for them to just simply give up the Punisher. As long as Fnatic is not level 10, they can still fight here. The issue is that Fnatic is soon going to be level 10. And then we're talking about a completely different ball game. Vikings everywhere, so it's a 4 versus 5 here in the mid lane. But Fnatic has a slight surplus in minions. And level 10 is going to give them a massive lead in this battle. And they hit level 10 any second now. Here it comes. We have already Mosh Pit, Ring of Frost, Force Wall, well, Shadow Stalk, and the Longbow taken. And of course, Kiev5 has to move back. This is going to be a Punisher for Fnatic, and they're in a great spot here. Wow, they even tried to steal the camp away that Aya and Zaiskin were trying to take here. That was a bit ballsy by them. So, yep, this is another great camp to be taken. Top lane, this is where Olaf has to be careful. Shat actually is taking the hits like a man. Olaf, you should move away there. I know you have a shield, but it's not that strong. Yeah, Punisher is moving down to the bot lane. Lunan actually dropping out of the game here. So they have apparently some internet problems, some connection problems. But yeah, that's not the only problem that they have. They are still half a level behind level 10. And look at this major push in the mid lane. The setup for Fnatic here is really smart. They have at the bot lane currently just one Punisher moving in together with Shat. Shat soaks the experience. The Punisher jumps in and is trying to do some damage. At the top lane, we're seeing Shat doing the exact same thing. He's waiting at the wall. The towers are going to do most of the work. And we're having also the entire wave here. So that's extra experience that he's going to soak really soon. So still the split with the Vikings on 3 lanes. The Viking in the mid lane is not going to do too much work. At least he's not supposed to. Like, the job for Shat in the mid lane is just like to keep this Viking there, so once the rest of the team moves away, he can take over the experience soak. So we have Menes, Mexisal, Breeze, and Quacknik starting to push the mid lane, and that forces Kiev5 to react and send a few heroes into the middle. They need to send heroes down to the bot lane to deal with the Punisher, and at the same time, they also need to somehow keep experience up at the top, and that's going to be the most important part, or the most like dangerous part, because that allows, or that puts them into a spot where they spread themselves out very thin. When it comes to damage as well, like this setup that we are seeing here can burst down a target super fast. If you get a good stun off from, let's say, Smexy style, or Breeze hits one of his own heroics, uses the mosh pit here, or even a power slide, Mane can dish out so much damage with a good Ring of Frost and a Blizzard, and the Cone of Cold. If you hit the entire arsenal of spells that you have with that Jaina immediately, then you can burst down nearly any hero on the map, especially if Smexy style moved in first with that trait of his for the extra damage. So right now, when it comes like to the damage distribution, you can already see that we have Tassadar and Jaina currently the ones who are really leading the charge here. KhaldorTV, of course, eventually should be able to at least get the same amount of damage in once that he has his level 13 talent, but at this point we're not even talking level 13 talents, we're talking level 10 right now for them. That will help them, but it's still a problem for them to really make these triple warriors shine that they're using now, especially since their Stitches hooks are usually not met by that lockdown that you would like to have with the Stitches combo. But at least Tenderizer helps to keep a target close, and Uther can also stun it out with damage, and also the potential gravity lapse. We still have a few things that they can utilize. I mean, in theory, this setup is just like going to be so strong later on in the game that you have a lot of sustain that you can use to dive Fnatic's backline. And that is what they're going to try and do, but it's still not going to be easy for them. So the game is going perfect timing for us, of course. So now, oh, the force wall! Oh, Lunan moves away. Yeah, trying to farm Lunan here. That didn't work. Look at that level 11 already. 1.5 levels ahead. 2 kills against 2.5. The Viking soak is just so good. It's one of the reasons why the Vikings are just so incredibly good on this lane. So they push the mid lane a bit. Up at the top, Tyrael is trying to push Olaf back, and he is so far successful. Takes maybe one of the towers even. But the bot lane fort is going to fall. And as already announced earlier, the job of Balog in the mid lane is just to take over experience once the rest of the team is leaving. Sanctification has been chosen now for Tyrael. We have also on the part of them... Well, Sanctification is actually going to be great for them, because they need to make sure that they just somehow negate that Ring of Frost, Blizzard, Cone of Cold damage with a Tyrande. And if Tyrael is jumping in time, they can really try and just like get that through. It would be great. Well, Punisher has just now been defeated, and that's actually an issue for Kiev5. The problem that they have is that by the time we see the next temple up, it could, or the next shrine up, it could be level 13 already for Fnatic, and that's of course what they're waiting for now. Breeze is a little bit far out, but still has his, he has his talents ready. His abilities are off cooldown, so he just slides away, and Mane covers the retreat with a good Blizzard here. In the mid lane, Shat taking position again. Bot lane, he's pressuring this one hard. And they are getting farther and farther ahead in experience, which is also going to mean that they have level 13 for the next temple active. And there is no way that with the next shrine we're going to see Kiev5 on level 13 as well. They even steal the camp away now, can they? Yeah, oh my god. That damage here. The kill against Leoric, I mean, he's going to be back soon. But they take the camp, they have the level 13 talents now, where we're seeing groupies again for Breeze. We have the Frost, or the Ice Block is overflowing light as the talent Tyrande, and the temple or the shrine has just been announced. I mean, this is going to be another fort that falls before that is even going to become an issue. But now we have another potential kill, not quite, but it's just an incredible position that Fnatic is in. They don't even care about it. They're like, yeah, well, we don't give a shit. Let's just move straight into the lane at the top. We have a camp. Use that camp and push them back. Take a few towers down. Try and get a kill. March of the Black King is keeping Hydra alive for a second. But then he has to move away again. The first tower is down. The wall is about to fall. That shaman is still there. One of the Vikings is with them to even like buff that a bit. Shed is forgetting about the Viking though, but they don't let Ola dive. This is one of the Horhana moments that we have here. Nobody is left behind, not even Shed on the Vikings. So now Mane is with Jaina up at the top lane, getting the first few minions in. He has that AoE. Down here, by the way, another camp has been claimed and is pushing in. Shed is going to lose. Nope. Nope. No, he's not going to lose Eric. Eric moves away. We're also seeing Shed trying to steal another camp away. Like, all these things on the map just force Kiev5 down here. They cannot simply move up to the top and try to contest this, not even with the level 13 talent, because there's just like Vikings pushing in, taking mercenary camps, using the mercenary lord to push even harder. But chain bombs, that's a talent that finally is available to Kiev5. Finally, I mean, maybe now they can make a play. But of course, again, Shad is claiming another camp. The cool thing about Mercenary Lord is that it now combines 2 talents. You also get less damage from the mercenaries, and that makes it easier for you to get those. Again, we have up at the top lane 30 to 18 minions, but so far Kiev5 has taken a really solid position. Keep that experience soak in mind though. Level 16, soon to be hit by Fnatic. Again, the March of the Black King used, and Hydra is kept alive. They're moving a great hook. That's exactly the hook that they need. Against Tyrande, she doesn't get away. She dies. Here comes all the damage with the Ring of Frost, but Breeze might now die too. And Kiev5 with a great double kill. Even the level 16 talents that hit in the last second did not help them. 2 of the heroes haven't even picked the talent yet. It's a kill against Tassadar now. Mena might die too. Both of them are most likely going to fall here. If Hydra moves in, and he does, where is that skeleton swing? Oh, he waits. Perfect time. Mena uses his own ice block too soon, and Hydra waits it out and uses the skeleton swing to slow Jaina down and take her out like trash. Well done here. Great job. But the Arcane Punisher has been claimed by Fnatic. They at least got that. It's 3 kills against 6.25. But the Vikings, they've been pushing with those camps at the bot lane. One of the towers is down and Shat is still there. He is all over the place. He's their Abathur player. He is their Vikings player. And just the macro that he has is pretty cool. So we have everybody else, well, trying to take down the Punisher at the top lane. But at least they're getting close at level 16. The incredible thing, of course, is that they still are behind in experience. They don't even have the 16 talents. This Viking soak is out of this world, and it's one of the reasons why against the Vikings, a Falstad or a Brightwing are at least going to help you. We also see now the Ranger taken as level 16, a great talent to combo off with Pierce on level 4 for Tyrande. So a nice synergy between the talents. Speed Metal is extremely popular when it comes to the damage. Oh, there we have, or when it comes like to the attack speed. Well, it doesn't really give you attack speed, it gives you like speed with which you can attack and move in. Hydra dies, and Leoric is of course now dead. That means we have Fishing Hook taken, we have also Benediction. So maybe a bit of a potential to go for a comeback here. Double Drain Hope talents on level 13 and 16, so Crushing Hope and the Unyielding Despair. It's only, well, it is a single warrior setup. But yeah, it's definitely something that they can now try to use to get a bit more damage in thanks to this hero as well. The Auric is going to try and provide that whenever he can. So it's 6... there's a hook against Tassadar though, and he phase shifts away, and they claim now also, just in the last second, that camp. Tyrael was jumping in with a Holy Ground. They didn't get this one. Oh, potential kill against Tassadar. Quacknix! Oh, that Prescience. It saves him for now. Prescience is triggered and saves him. And guess what Chat's doing? Hell yeah, he's pushing the lanes. Who would have thought? He's at the top lane with Olaf. He's at the bot lane, like he is everywhere. Just that slingshot bastard down here. Oh, Eric, always ready with that slingshot, hitting those, yeah, well, hitting all of those minions. And he is doing incredible work. 2-level lead, but it's at least even talents. And that is the part where, I mean, now Kiev5 has to fight. They have to really say, alright boys, this is our moment, we have to fight right now. If we don't do that now and they hit 20, then we are in trouble. And they're starting to move in. They know where Breeze is. They need to make sure that he doesn't get that mosh pit off. At least not a good one. He jumps in already. Putrid Bile used by Stitches. They go for the hook, but they can't really do too much here. Putrid Bile is now in cooldown, and Fnatic moved in for that shrine. The Vikings leaving their position. They want to go for the longboat, and that means that the top camp is like pushing alone. Yeah, but this is like a fight that they really want to win. The Vikings for the first time really with them and committing completely. So now we have Shad eating a lot of damage thanks to the chain bomb. AR is doing what he can here. Again, the stun against Hydra. He dies while he is using the March of the Black King. He's trying to be back as fast as he can, but now they are playing a 4 versus 5 in this fight, and this is making things a bit more difficult. The Vikings about to explode here. A lot of damage already spread. Vikings not the best hero against Khaldor. Here comes also the Phoenix, and the Force Wall is trapping them, was actually theirs. And Longboat in play. The Longboat flank is active. Leoric is going to be back any second right now. And Fnatic is starting to lose some of the HP here. Breeze is in trouble. He still hasn't used his mosh pit. He's going in. Is he going to use it? No, he's not. He might die. He might fall. He is going to fall. He's not. Mena. Oh, the bomb takes him down. ETC is falling. They get the kill. And this might be another Punisher for Kiev5. They move in with the damage, but the Ice Cream, he's so low. Well, he's not, he's dead. And Sphyxy is about to die now too. So close to a Punisher for both of the teams now. But it's the Red team that gets the Punisher. Khaldor dies now too. What a slaughter. Kill after kill right now. They get one after another. Lunan is already on the way back, but Leoric, he died once again, going full Leoric style. Mena is attempting to steal this camp away, and he is going to get it. The Punisher is already moving in. Shed with the Vikings is still chasing Lunan, but the Punisher, Mortar Punisher, that is starting to move in and dish out some damage. Might take down a tower, maybe if they're lucky even the fort, but Mena is now also trying to provide his own damage burst to drop him as fast as they can. The Storm Talons, they are in play. Double Bolt of the Storm. We have a rewind for Tyrande, and there's the Ragnar rock and roll for the Vikings. Up at the top lane, Lunan is still soaking experience, but they are 1.5 levels behind. 1.5 levels. The Punisher has been eliminated. The one thing that I really want to highlight, though, is that there is not a single keep taken down yet. And that's important, because once level 20 is hit, you will fight with your opponent on nearly the same level the entire time. I mean, even if you have like a 2-level lead, for example, that mini stat advantage that you get in the later stages of the game is not really all that important. So the most important part is really what you do until your opponent has the Storm Talents as well. And that is something that they have to kind of make happen now, since there is another level when they will have the Storm Talents and their opponent won't. But after that, fights at least, team fights, are going to happen on eye level. It's of course a structure problem here now as well. So in terms of structures, Fnatic obviously has a huge lead now. I mean, they even have forts at the top and at the mid lane still. And the big issue really is just team fights. Because later on in the game, if we have Storm Talents also for Kiev5 and they win just like one big battle, then they can still turn this game around. So that's the one thing that is a bit scary sometimes when you play Heroes of the Storm, where you think you are safe, but you might still lose out. So up at the top, that's the first keep that falls. That's exactly what they had to do, and they do it. I like it. So they commit, they really move in, take down the keep. For them it would be ideal to take another one before level 20 hits. We have a Hydra and so Ice Cream in position here. Up to the top lane is still the rotation around that we are seeing at this point. And it looks like it's additional camps that Fnatic is aiming for. Whereas, of course, it's quite obvious what Kiev5 is going to try and do. They are moving in and taking as many of these experience points as they can so that they can fight for the shrine at the top lane. And they should be able to do that. We should have level 20 for both of the teams. The Vikings are still at the bot lane. They have to deal with one of those camps, but they need to go up to the top now because, well, Ragnar rock and roll is kind of needed when you are looking at a scenario like this. So level 20 is ready. Triple Hardened Shield. Triple Hardened Shield, Redemption, and Bolt of the Storm. Have fun killing these boys. That's not going to be easy at all. Quite the opposite, actually. So, yep, this is going to be one of the most decisive battles, and Tacita is immediately getting slaughtered here. Well, he escapes for now, but that was definitely a scary moment for Fnatic, and now they're on the move. Breeze, as the solo tank is lifted, attacked, blinks away, spreads the law for a second. But that was a very, very scary moment here for Fnatic. And they are trying, of course, to turn this around. Breeze moves in. Stun is missing Luna. And he goes in again for a stun in the zone. Keeps himself alive. Shed, is he going to explode on Olaf? Yes, Olaf is down. Shields everywhere. Quacknix is trying to preload the shields now. And we have the shrine still active. The minions are being attacked. Lunan needs to be careful. Redemption is still up. Lunan is down, but he has his redemption and he will be back to business. So this early took a lot of the damage, but now he is back in the game, or will be in a second. And they try to take him down, but they won't get him that easily. heals everybody, and now he's playing a bit safer in the background here. Once again, Breeze is going in. Ragnarok and Roll has been used on the Vikings, and the attempt to burst down Leoric, it doesn't really work just yet. Phoenix is already in play, and again, the bombs are everywhere. Chain bombs are being used. The Longbone is nearly down. The Ragnarok and Roll with so much damage, but Tacita is suffering here in this fight, and a perfect hit. There is that mosh pit, and the kill against Khaldor. Jaina survives. Breeze was there immediately to save Mena, and he did an amazing job with that. Great mosh pit, even though it was interrupted after a second or two. They saved Jaina and they killed Khaldor. That was the important part, and now they go for Leoric. Leoric might die now too. Smexy style moves in. Goodbye Hydra, and they got a kill against Stitches as well. They're even trying to run down Smexy style now. What a force wall. Clutch move again by Quacknix. And this is going to be core. This is going to be game number 2. Fnatic, they are, at least today, unbeatable. They already won against Team Liquid earlier today with a 2-0, and now they go in again against the opponent, against Kiev5, and they take this game now too. Incredible play by them. Really well done. A 2-0 victory. They are 4-0 today. Super impressive performance here. Fnatic, they take it. It's a 2-0 win for them here at the Heroes Battle Arena, and a very well-deserved victory. A super scary team these days. They are so strong right now. And once again, Fnatic just showcasing how strong their setup currently is. A 2-0 victory over Kiev5 gives them another best-of-3 victory in the Heroes Battle Arena. We're of course playing a round of robin system in the first round at the Battle Arena here with the 8 teams that participate, and therefore every single win that you get for your team is really super important. And for Fnatic, things are currently looking pretty good. They take down Kiev5 with a 2-0, and we'll find out if they can do that a bit more often in the next few matches that are upcoming in the next few days. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope that you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed the commentary, make sure that you give the video a thumbs up on YouTube. And of course, we're going to upload even more content to the channel in the next few days. There's actually going to be a lot of content, to be honest. I'm going to push the videos out a bit faster now, since I have a lot of stuff that we already recorded, and there's a lot coming up in the near future. Of course, especially also the NA content with the End of the Storm now expanding to North America. All of that is coming pretty soon. I hope that you enjoyed the videos, and don't forget, if you like them, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. It was a pleasure casting for you today, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, and see you next time.